They want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They go play action. Winston. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. On fourth down, the Saints bring on their new punter for 2021, Blake Gillikin. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Now Cobb to return. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Jones.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The give is to Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 49 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw at practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The first down throw for Winston. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Winston now. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. The completion there for Winston. And Jameis, of course, kind of such a boom or bust proposition at the quarterback position. He can light you up or he can give games away. So defensively, what's the mindset with a quarterback like that?
For me, it's playing more coverage than it is blitzing him, because I think that he has so much confidence in his arm. He may take an extra chance or two. And if you have enough guys downfield, you get those tip balls, or you're able to make a play on the football at the point where the ball gets to the receiver, then you've got a chance to make some good plays against Jameis.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 35. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6-0 our score after one. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Winston. There's a nice move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Dean Lowry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
On first down, it's Jones, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers add on to their lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now? Start over.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On third down, Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visitors from the north, the Vikings, who were able to get the road victory. Dalvin Cook, an afternoon to remember, 4 touchdown runs. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Chris Carson, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, it's Taylor. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's found the end zone twice. And now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they're really in sync right now.
And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Credit the tackle to Tano Passanio.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals, the best part.
That's a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams, 40 yards. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
And Traquan Smith now in his 4th year from UCF, still expanding his repertoire and finding his way. Makes a nice catch there for a first down.
Winston now from the 50. That's complete to Troutman right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end Jared Cook to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux. But that's a nice grab there to pick up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And Winston. And the Packers pick it up.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
That's going
We may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots.
About to get a
They've
real
seen
embarrassment
blown
right
leads
here.
happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Oh! Little piece of crap. How dare you?
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh!
It's their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He's got the tight end.
Heck yeah!
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jones with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
I'm not giving them any type of
More
chance.
like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is now 24. A drive that time of 6 plays.
For me, I ain't for your home
The drive
team.
was a touchdown
You're
run
for
by
your own
Aaron
home team.
Jones.
Your home team's the Saints.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
That's all he wants to
No
do.
return there for
I'd run
Harris,
that.
and the drive will begin at the 25. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
I'm going to just go
and
easy
last
on
time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jameis now on first down. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Didn't have this session.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Or maybe.
A gain of 6 there on first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at
the 30. Because I'm letting you.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you mind the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A short one to the tight end Troutman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They call it a loss.
Oh, they're trying to go for it. Okay.
Bring up 4th down.
Okay, I see how it is. I see what you're trying to do.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's
you
going to
piece of
have
crap.
a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the red zone now, Winston. And he's going to go down.
Yeah.
At the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. To try again after the sack. Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag before he crosses over. 15 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Isaac picks it. The Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback.
Sucker! Yeah!
20-yard line.
Oh my God, I
and
can't
Charles is just going to about wrap up
Oh
what was
my,
no
you
doubt
know,
a
just for
dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong
God.
offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play for Green Bay.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Making the catch is Sternberger. Oh, and now some space to operate. And inside the 15 before they drop it.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Jones. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just... And Gary's man
How the hell? You know, it doesn't really matter. I won, haha.
Yardage before being dropped
Yeah.
inside the 40. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It was really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Packers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Charles Davis, we thank our entire